In 1998, two young engineers walked into Yahoo's office. They weren't famous, they weren't powerful, they weren't billionaires. They were just two Stanford students with a search engine. They offered to sell it for $1 million. Yahoo said no. That search engine became Google. Today, Google's parent company, Alphabet Inc., is worth over $1 trillion. And that wasn't Yahoo's worst mistake. 8 years later, Yahoo had the chance to buy a fast-growing social network for $1 billion. They agreed. Then they hesitated. They tried to lower the price by $150 million. The deal collapsed. That company was Facebook. Let that sink in. Yahoo could have owned search. Yahoo could have owned social media. Yahoo could have dominated digital advertising, data, content, and communication. Instead, it sold itself for just $4.8 billion to Verizon Communications. So the real question isn't how Yahoo failed. The real question is, how do you go from owning the internet to becoming its biggest regret? To understand the collapse, we need to go back to the beginning, 1994. The internet was chaos. No smart search engines, no social feeds, no AI recommendations, just thousands of confusing, badly organized web pages. Two Stanford PhD students, Jerry Yang and David Philo, built something simple. Not a search engine, a directory, a curated map of the web. It was clean, organized, human. They called it Jerry and David's Guide to the World Wide Web. Later, they renamed it to Yahoo, and something unexpected happened. It exploded. By 1996, Yahoo went public. Wall Street didn't just like it. Wall Street worshipped it. Because Yahoo wasn't just another website. It was the homepage of the internet. When people logged online, they didn't search. They started at Yahoo, and Yahoo expanded aggressively. Email, news, finance, sports, weather, chat rooms. Yahoo wasn't trying to be one thing. It was trying to be everything. And for a while, it worked. By the late 1990s, Yahoo was one of the most visited websites on Earth. It had more traffic than anyone, more users, more influence. If you controlled Yahoo's homepage, you controlled visibility. If Yahoo linked to you, you exploded. It was the kingmaker. But hidden beneath the success, a dangerous assumption was forming. Yahoo believed the future of the internet was a portal, a destination people would visit and stay on. But something else was quietly evolving. Search, not human-curated categories, algorithms, mathematics, relevance. While Yahoo hired editors to organize websites, Google was building a ranking system based on links and data. While Yahoo optimized its homepage design, Google optimized truth, cleaner, faster, smarter. Yahoo didn't ignore search completely, it just never committed to owning it, and that hesitation would become catastrophic. Because in tech, if you don't dominate the core layer, someone else will. In the early 2000s, the internet changed direction. Users stopped browsing categories. They started searching, and once that shift happened, the homepage lost power. Search became the gateway, and Google controlled it. Yahoo tried to respond. They bought smaller search companies. They built internal tools. They signed deals. At one point, now Yahoo even used Google's search technology to power its own site. Think about that. The company that once ruled the web was feeding traffic to the company that would replace it, and that's when the slow bleed began. Not a dramatic crash, not an overnight collapse. Just a steady transfer of power from Yahoo to the future. And the worst part, this was only the beginning of the mistakes, because next came a leadership crisis. A billion-dollar ego battle. And one of the largest data breaches in history. And by the time Yahoo realized what was happening, it was already too late. Imagine rejecting Google for $1 million. Imagine almost buying Facebook, then losing it over ego. Imagine ruling the internet and then watching your competitors use your own traffic to destroy you. This isn't fiction, this is Yahoo. Before Google, before Facebook, before YouTube, when people opened a browser, they typed one word, Yahoo. And here's what makes this story terrifying. Yahoo didn't lose because it was weak. It lost because it believed it was untouchable. And that's the most dangerous belief in technology. Tonight, we break down the $1 million mistake, the $1 billion hesitation, the executive chaos, the record-breaking data breach, and the moment Yahoo realized it had already lost. 1994, the web was chaos. No smart search, no algorithms, just messy pages. Two Stanford PhD students, Jerry Yang and David Filo created something simple, a categorized directory, human curated, organized, clean. They called it Yahoo, and it exploded. By 1996, it went public. By 1999, it was one of the most visited sites on Earth. It wasn't just a company. It was the gateway to the web. If Yahoo linked to you, you won. If Yahoo ignored you, you were invisible. That's power, but power hides weaknesses, and one weakness would change everything. In 1998, two unknown founders approached Yahoo. Their search engine was faster, cleaner, better. They wanted $1 million. Yahoo declined. The company? Google. Imagine owning both the homepage and the search engine. It gets worse. In 2002, Yahoo tried to buy Google for $3 billion. Google demanded $5 billion. Yahoo walked away. Today, Google's parent company, Alphabet Inc., is worth over $1 trillion. That wasn't bad luck, that was hesitation. And hesitation in tech is fatal, because while Yahoo debated valuation, Google built dominance. Here's Yahoo's fatal misunderstanding. It believed users wanted a destination, a homepage, news, weather, email, finance, chat, everything in one place. But the internet was evolving. Users didn't want a portal, they wanted answers. Search became the gateway, not homepages, not curated directories. Algorithms replaced editors, and Yahoo never fully committed. At one point, Yahoo used Google's search engine to power its own site. Think about that. Yahoo fed traffic to the machine that would overtake it. It was like a king funding his own assassin. Now let's talk about the mistake that still stings. In 2006, Yahoo offered $1 billion to acquire a fast-growing social network. The founders agreed, then Yahoo's stock dropped, and Yahoo tried to renegotiate. They cut the offer, the deal collapsed. That company was Facebook. Today, its parent company Meta Platforms is worth hundreds of billions. Yahoo could have owned search, social, advertising. Instead, it owned none of them. This wasn't bad timing, it was strategic paralysis. If strategy is confused, leadership makes it worse. Yahoo went through CEO after CEO, each with a new vision, each undoing the previous plan. Then came Marissa Mayer in 2012. Former Google executive, brilliant, confident, strategic, she redesigned products, acquired startups, focused on mobile. But here's the brutal truth, by 2012, the war was over. Search was Google's, social was Facebook's, commerce was Amazon, mobile ecosystems were controlled by Apple and Google. Yahoo was no longer shaping the internet, it was reacting to it. And then came the final blow. In 2013 and 2014, Yahoo suffered massive data breaches. Over 3 billion accounts compromised, names, emails, passwords, security questions. It became one of the largest breaches in history. Trust evaporated, advertisers hesitated, and while Yahoo was negotiating to sell itself, its value dropped again. The company that once controlled visibility couldn't even protect its own users. And in tech, trust is oxygen. Lose it, and you suffocate. In 2016, Yahoo sold its core business to Verizon Communications for $4.8 billion. Remember, it once refused a $5 billion valuation for Google. Now it was worth less than that. From $125 billion at its peak to a discounted acquisition. Later, Verizon sold Yahoo to Apollo Global Management. The empire was gone, not with a dramatic explosion, but with quiet resignation. The internet rewards, clarity, speed, conviction. Yahoo had influence, but not direction. And here's the uncomfortable question. Which company today believes it's too big to fall? Because somewhere right now, a startup is offering to sell itself for what seems too expensive, and history is waiting for someone else to say no and regret it forever.